Good afternoon, everyone. This is Matt over at MilestoneCapitalGrowthPortfolio.com. Today is Wednesday, November 5th. All right, election's done. President's done talking. Now we have the ECB next to see what happens. But just to show you here on the Dow, we're getting a little bit just about there with the relative strength index. You could see that the volume is much less now. Um, than it was moving these indicators up, moving the candles up. Now you could see that selling's coming into play here, which is working out great. So we're just about to dry up here and start heading south. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. So I'll have to keep an eye on this. But yep, as you can see here, the Dow. Beautiful move from way down here all the way up there, but it's starting to get a little bit toppy now. So, and volume's drying up. See what happens here. Let's take a look at the S&P 500 real quick. S&P 500, same thing. We have a little bit of a volume dry up. All your indicators are starting to definitely top out here. And you can see these candles that are coming in, even though you have the same volume bars as you did back here. For some reason, we're not moving up that high. Why? Because any buyers that are coming in here are being sold into by all these clowns right here. But hopefully you're one of those clowns. But anyway, very choppy up here. Getting toppy, everybody knows it. It's going to need a break and come down to our 190 area to make a higher low. If not, it's just going to come to, this one first. But we've been going over this for days, so keep an eye on SPY because it's getting ready to roll over a little bit. All right, let's take a look at PCLN. PCLN really tried. It was a nice scalp if you were in this and played the pop, but after that it came lower. The relative strength index still has a little more room to go on this. Selling has lightened up a little bit, but I still think we're going to be heading down on PCLN. So keep an eye on this one. Long-term target on this one would be 861 prior to next earnings. So we'll have to see if the shorts can do it or not. All right, let's take a look at USO, U.S. oil and gas. Let's see what happens. All right, we got a little bit of a bounce today, and I don't think it's going to be a major bounce, but we're going to have to keep an eye on it. But look for the 30.91 middle Bollinger Band. If this breaks, you could trade another dollar from here, but if this breaks, then we're going to start reversing to the upside. So keep a close eye on that. I think we're getting close to the bottom here. It's definitely in an oversold position and has come down quite a bit since the 40. It's done a good dip here, but I think it's still go a little bit lower, but we'll have to see what happens here. Nice healthy bounce won't matter. Let's take a look at gold. Actually, let's look at GLD instead. I mean, they're all the same, but so GLD failed this bottom, right? This multi bottom here. I'm gonna have to pull this out on a monthly because it's just bad. Stretch this right out here, and we did have support where that candle was, but you have more support right where it is right now, and you can see that right here by using the bottom of these candles. And this thing is, it's pretty oversold on the monthly. It looks like it has a little bit more to go, but should be bouncing here pretty soon and get moving to the upside for a few months. I don't think it's going to be a huge move to the upside, not yet anyway, but we'll have to see what happens. But keep an eye on it. I think we're going to start to form a bottom here very shortly. If not, we're going to be coming much, much lower. But a relative strength index is at 35, so either this area is going to be a support or this area is going to be a support. So we'll have to see what happens. Could be that 109.80, but we'll have to see. If not, it's going to be the 92. 92B next. Silver SLV. Let's take a look at that one. Same thing. That thing has been getting hammered big time. All right, as I said a long time ago, and that's the monthly. I'll bring it out to the daily, but as I said a long time ago, $12 I would be a buyer of silver in that area. Looking at the daily here, you can see how we just made a new low here, and it just keeps trucking to the downside. So relative strength index is beyond oversold. It's at 15. I guess we're going to have to wait for zero for this one before we get a nice pop out of it. But it's going to be an easy scalp for options, even if you can, come back to the 16 area. It's still $2, and those things will move very nicely. All right, real quick, let's take a look at Facebook here. Facebook failed the 50-day moving average and the middle Bollinger Band, turned around and reversed it to the downside. Look for the 100-day to still act as support. If that does not hold support, then you can look back here at 71. You might have to make it to the 200-day before it heads up again, but I think we're getting close. You can see the relative strength index at 45. I would say 73 would be the lowest if it before it starts to pop to the upside and fills this gap at 79, which it will do at some point. I can guarantee you that. It always does. All right, and last one here is Twitter. Twitter tried, failed. So we're going to have to wait for this, the same thing, going to have to wait for this gap fill to see what happens, and then we'll come up and get this upper gap over here. Let's extend this out a little bit. All right, so that's the plan on this one. You get a little bit lower here for this gap. I'd be a buyer right at this line. And I'd give myself a couple of months for calls to get back up here. Relative strength index is at 28, so I'd like to see a nice hammer come down and tag this gap before blowing to the upside. But it wouldn't hurt to start getting a starter position on it, because it's definitely oversold on the daily, and your indicators are starting to show a little bit of signs of heading up. As you can see, your selling has totally paired off. They're just waiting for the rest of the folks to get in here. All right, members, we have some we have some great alerts that we gave you in chat room today. We're going to cover those. The weekend video, we're going to cover that and a few others. So congratulations to everybody. Everybody should be making a lot of money off these videos. So we will talk to you tomorrow. If you're not a member, become a member. MilestoneCapitalGrowthPortfolio.com. Have yourself a great night.